These are our Sheffield pressure boards. If you look on the bottom, it's like a little teeter-totter. There's a little piece of wood on the bottom. You want to make sure that we have these. I like to put them about an inch apart, and then we want to put the instep of the foot right in that center point over that little wooden dowels. And then if we start lead heel down, trail toe down, and as we add the rotary components of the swings, we're just going to click the boards, and you'll notice my lead toe is going down, my trail heel is going down. So it's lead heel, we start lead heel down, trail toe down, and then simply just switch. When we start trying to feel the ground forces, there's a lateral shift that all elite level ball strikers have. We start applying some of the rotational forces, and what you'll see is that you'll get a sort of a toe-to-toe feeling as we rotate into that lead heel down position, and then that lead leg straightens as we pivot up onto the trail toe. So it's here, a little bump left, and turn. Now, a couple of tips when we get back into this trail side. There is going to be a little bit of trail knee extension. So when I go back, that trail knee should extend, but you don't want to hyperextend it where you're pushing the top of the hip too far back, or you're getting too deep into that knee. Now we use too many forces to sort of get back into that flat-footed position where we can start applying those rotational forces. So on the trail side, it's just make sure that you're not getting too hyper extended and too deep. And then also another mistake that I see players make is where they'll prematurely extend or stiffen is a word that you occasionally hear, or posting up this leg. Is make sure that when you're rotating from trail side to full side, is there's a moment where you're going toe to toe, and then you're slowly rotating into that lead leg extended position. So as you're driving off of that trail leg, that thrust is going to push this hip back. As you start straightening this leg, that starts rotating and pushing the lead hip back and around. So again, we're going trail heel down, trail toe down, a little bit of a shift, a bump, a turn, and then make sure that you're rotating into that straightening of that lead leg. Okay, let's give it a shot. Okay, so your question was on weight shift. How do I shift my weight? The word shift is a linear concept, and the problem with that is that the golf swing has a lot more rotary in it, especially on the inside, hips, shoulders, etc., than it does linear. Okay, so what I mean by that is when I first got this Sheffield pressure board, one of my favorite teaching aids, I got students on. I noticed that they got to the right side, but everybody started shifting and sliding, which obviously I don't want that in the golf swing. Compromises sort of the bottom of the swing. So a better way to think about this is if I take so let's say I'm a right-handed player and I'm hitting the golf ball this way. So this would be my right foot. This would be my left foot, and I take the foot, and I divide it into thirds, and I've got sort of a center point, or my center of mass. Okay, so if I draw a foot this way, so this would be let's say this is my foot. There's not a whole lot of pressure in this center part where our arch is. So in this part of the golf swing, because most players have an arch, and there's sort of less contact with the inside of the foot. So when you see the majority of your pressure would be in the heel side and toe side. So with when we, I think one of the keys when we go into our backswing, so again, we're hitting the golf ball in this direction. We go into our backswing and we add rotary forces. So let's say that we start 50-50, so we've got equal pressure sort of front to back. As we rotate into the backswing, the pressure on the lead foot is going to go up towards the lead toe, and then the pressure on the trail toe is going to go back on the trail heel. Okay, so we're moving around this way, and then the center of mass is going to move in this direction. Okay, as we get forces in our backswing, now we change the directions at the top of the backswing, and we start moving in the opposite direction. This pressure is going to migrate up to the inside of the trail foot, just under the trail toe, and then this pressure is going to migrate back, and you're going to see that the center of mass, at least initially, is going to move out and towards the front part of the foot this way. Okay, so the golf swing, or the shift, is actually a rotary concept. It's moving around this way, and then controlling the center of mass is crucial, that we keep that somewhat in the middle of this center point, so that we're able to control balance. We're able to force couple, meaning we're able to grab the ground with the bottom of our shoes and create those rotary forces. Okay, but again, the word shift is a linear concept that moves you from right to left, and then that really compromises your ability to just having that concept to rotate and use the ground properly, so that you're able to not only attain optimal balance, but then also generate forces. The ground is your power source. Generate forces from the ground, send it up through the system, eventually down through the arms into the golf club, and with a proper release and impact, and you start optimizing your potential. Okay, so I'm going to show you a real quick, couple of quick drills with the pressure board that I think you'll get a deeper understanding of what we're trying to do.